Hey y'all, Kyler here with Kyle's Q Barbecue. We're about to do some good brisket today. We got about 14-pound brisket today. We got the Traeger heating up to about 275. So once it gets to 275, we're gonna go ahead and put this brisket on fat side. All right, we got this 14-pound brisket here. We're gonna go ahead and get some of this fat trimmed off. These big chunks right here, they're not gonna help the meat get tender or anything like that. They won't, the fat won't render down. So we're gonna go ahead and get some of this meat cut off here with this color. You don't have to get all of it. You know, some of it is good flavor, but we're gonna go ahead and get this trimmed up here. Usually about 2 pounds we take off front and back. Then after that we'll go ahead and get it seasoned. All right, so we got this side, the non-fat side, trimmed up so far. Took a little bit off, maybe still could get a little bit more, but we did take some off. Here's those fat trimmings right there, just from the non-fat side right there. Now we got the fat side here. As you can see, this side has a lot more fat. About the whole thing is covered with fat, so we're gonna go ahead and get some of that off there. All right, so we got the fat side trimmed up there. Didn't take a whole lot off, just some of those big chunks there. These rubber like chunks, you'll know when you feel them. You don't want those on just because they will not render down. Just a tough piece of fat. So we went ahead and got those on. So now we'll go ahead and get it seasoned. All right, so now we'll go ahead and get it seasoned. I'll go ahead and season the non-fat side first. Probably start with a good base layer of salt. Then we'll go ahead and get those other seasonings applied there. We got about 4 others from raised chili. I usually start with the fat side in the grill up, so I'll end with that and I'll season that one last. There's all sorts of tips and methods, whether or not you should, you know, do seasoning, let it sit for 30 minutes, then do the other side, season it, then wait another 30 minutes before you go ahead and put that on. But I'll go ahead and just season it one side, flip, season another, and then go ahead and put it on the Traeger. All right, so we got here some Raised brand chili spices. They make some of the best chili. They have about 100 different spices as well. We're going to use a little bit of ground black pepper, some applewood smoke blend. They've got a brisket / burnt in rub as well. And then also we're going to go with the Vermont smoked rub, and of course a little bit of salt. We don't have anything measured out. I'm just going to wing it, make sure it's nice and coated with some seasoning. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get the salt added here. I'm not going to put too much on because, again, you know, we want that brisket to taste, not the actual flavor in itself. So we'll go ahead and just lightly coat it here, get it nice and applied. Then we'll go ahead and switch to another one. Not too much. Got that one added. Now we'll go ahead and go with the Vermont smoked rub. Just apply this here. Again, we don't want to put too much on because we want that brisket taste. Tasting the meat, not the seasonings here. It's always important to get the sides. Oftentimes people forget about the sides, so we'll go ahead and get those nice and coated pretty good. I'm gonna go with our applewood smoke blend. Now we don't have applewood pellets today, but we'll go ahead and get the applewood smoke blend to try and get some of that applewood flavoring. Let's go ahead and add quite a bit of that. It's always nice to start high, so it spreads out a little bit more evenly. But, you know, it doesn't matter, as long as it looks about right. Now we got our just some ground black pepper. Not too much of that. And now we'll top it off with some of the raised chili brisket rub here. This one's spicy. Not sure if they have a non-spicy, but It's not terribly spicy if you don't like spice, just good flavoring. So that's about what looks like. Not too much, but you can definitely tell we use some seasonings on that. So now we'll go to fat side. All right, we got our fat side up here. I'll go ahead and again put that salt on. Add that first. Just nice light coating. Doesn't matter the order, but we'll go with this Vermont smoked rub here. Add a little bit of that, make sure it all gets some of it. Now I'll go ahead and get that applewood smoke blend again here. Got the black pepper. And now we'll finish it off with the brisket burnt in rub here. Get a nice healthy coating of that. All right, now this thing's ready to hit the Traeger. Here we are, fat side up. Got the good seasoning on there. Again, not too much. And one of the reasons why you don't cut all the fat off, as you can see, there's still some fat, is because it acts as a protector so it doesn't get burnt quickly. So always leave a little bit of that. Usually about a 1/4 inch here. You can see that, about a 1/4 inch fat there. All right, we got the Traeger on here, about 275. Just threw the brisket on just a second ago. We're gonna wait for it to get to an internal temperature about 165. If it's a little under, that's all right. We can then go ahead and get it pulled off and get it wrapped. Should be about 6 hours. So we'll just probably won't check on this for quite a while. Once it hits that 165, we'll go ahead and pull it off and get it wrapped. All right, all you cool cats and smoke eaters. We got a bit of a rainy day out. Not ideal weather, but we got the brisket here. Got that good smoke. We're about 6 hours in. We're gonna go ahead and check the temperature here. Hopefully it's about 165, 170. We're gonna go ahead and get this pulled off. Make sure you invest in some gloves, heat resistant gloves, so we can go ahead and get this pulled off, get it wrapped, and then we'll get it right back on. All right, we brought the brisket in here. It's got good bark on it so far. It's about 170. We're just gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up. Then we're gonna check it about an hour and a half, and then once we start checking it, we're going to start checking it about every 30 minutes for it to get to that 203, 205 mark where we want it. All right, we went ahead and got that brisket back on, same temperature. Should be about another 4 hours, but again, we'll be checking it here in about an hour and a half, and then once that should get to the 190 range, then we'll start checking it about every 30 minutes so we can get that 203, 205 temperature that we're wanting. All right, so we got the brisket pulled out. We let it sit just a little over an hour so we can get that flavor in to sit and hold together. We're gonna go ahead and cut this about a third of the way here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this third here. We'll go ahead and start that. Cuts like butter. I like that. Let's see if it went all the way off. Give it a little bit more cut. So this side's the point here. This is what people use for burnt ends usually. A lot of juices, as you can see. I'm not going to squeeze it and let those juices come out. Don't want to waste the flavor there. And this side, we're going to go ahead and spin it when we cut it. This is the fattier side. It's kind of like that one. Then we'll go ahead and just slice this one up here. Nice slices going with the grain. Go with the little thicker slices. So far, here we go. We got a slice here. Nice, good slice. Little bend. And we'll go show you the rest of here. That's the rest. Got that good smoke ring. You can cut it. Alright, this is that bend we were looking for in the brisket here. You can see that good smoke ring we got there. If you like this video, tune in. We'll have many more to come. Thank you.